Hey there, Morbid Maniacs. It's time for another spooky video. And for tonight's spooky video, I'm going to be talking all about aliens. But before I get into the video, I would just like to say that I am filming on my phone today because my camera has almost officially had it, and I got a new little gadget for my tripod so that I can use my phone. So if I keep staring at myself and not at you guys, my sincerest apologies, but the quality seems to be a lot better, so I may just start filming on my phone until I get a new camera. But let me know what you guys think of that. The whole topic of aliens, the only reason why I wanted to film this video is because of the footage I just recently captured in the creepy woods behind my house. And if you guys have not watch those videos, I will leave all of them in the description box below so you can go check that out. But basically, we caught what looked to be a creepy alien face peeking out from behind one of the trees in the creepy woods behind my house. And my brother also notified me that in one of the photos that I have in the end of the video, there is what looks to be an alien face once again. So I will include that in this video as well, and you guys can let me know what you think. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get to talking about some aliens. So if you don't already know what an alien is, as I'm sure most of you do unless you live under a rock, they are little green dudes with black hollowed out eyes which are from another planet. Usually what we call aliens are just another form of life, which is strange to us because we're not used to seeing this other form of life. So they usually fly around in outer space in a spaceship, which is usually saucer shaped, and it usually has beaming lights. Many people have claimed to have had encounters or experiences with aliens or UFOs, unidentified flying objects. Also, I would like to say a little disclaimer that I only am making this video for fun. I am not trying to expose the secret of aliens. So please don't abduct me. Please don't come after me. This is all just for fun. I would also like to say that I myself am a believer in aliens. I know a lot of people, when you bring up the topic, they think it's silly. You know, they kind of just laugh it off. They don't believe in it, but I have always been a believer in aliens and just different creatures that we may have not yet discovered. I think it's really silly personally to think that we're all alone in this universe. Like, there has to be another form of life out there, and so that is my personal opinion on aliens. I do believe they are real. So in case you guys didn't know, there are different types of aliens, and I am going to go through the list of these different species of aliens. First, there are the Greys, and they are said to be the most encountered and have the strongest depictions of all aliens. The Greys are the most known alien species, and they have made their appearance in TV and film for decades. They are usually said to be between 3 to 4 feet tall, so they are very short. The Greys are described as having human-like bodies which are smaller in size. They have very elongated arms, and their legs are said to be much shorter and smaller than the rest of their body. They are also known to be very slender and have a very visible skeletal structure. They have smooth gray colored skin, but some have also seen these types of aliens with a bluish toned colored skin, or even a beige or tan or white colored skin. Usually all of the grays are missing certain human features, such as a nose, ears. They are known to be sexless beings, and they repopulate by their cloning technology. They have abnormally enlarged hairless heads, large black almond-shaped eyes, and they seem to lack muscular structure. It is unknown what the Greys' true intentions are. But they have been known for abducting humans for over decades. They are said to subject these victims to various tests, and they attempt to wipe clean any memories of the experiences. Many claim that they communicate telepathically, meaning that they speak to you through their mind. They don't actually speak to you. They are also said to have control over the human mind, especially of their test victims. They are said to stun people with their dark, hollowed out eyes, implanting memories. They don't appear to have any concern whatsoever for human emotions and merely use us all as test subjects. While some abductees say that they had a positive and emotional connection during their abductions, others say that their abductions were extremely traumatic and sexual assaults have occurred. Some people that have encountered the Greys say that they work closely with the reptilian aliens, which I'm going to get into, and they're very evil in nature. So they are also known as the Zeta Reticulans, Zeta Reticulans, and the Roswell Greys. I'm sorry if I butchered the name for that. So now we're going to get into the Nordic aliens, otherwise known as the Tall Whites. These aliens are said to be very tall and white, obviously. They are said to resemble Nordic Scandinavians. When they are younger, they are about the average size of a human, but as they get older, they get taller and taller. They can reach to up to 10 feet tall. They're said to be very skinny, pale, and are very human-like in appearance. They have flesh and they look just like us. Their eyes are said to be either a bright blue or a green color, and they are much larger than a human's eyes. Their hair is said to be a transparent blonde color or a red. They are said to be way more intelligent than we are, but they are also known to be very protective and suspicious of our intentions. Their language is English. Yes, they can speak to us in English. They are also said to live up to 800 years old. The Nordic Whites also started making their appearance during the 1950s. They are said to have the powers of telepathy and benevolence, and they have a strong physical beauty. They are often connected to spiritual growth, love, and they are strong protectors for their experiencers. They usually want to observe and communicate with humans, and they're very concerned for the Earth's environment. They are very watchful, affectionate, and youthful. They are also said to lack a sense of smell. It is also said that they keep their distance from humans and tend to communicate telepathically through our dreams. Isn't that interesting? They usually aren't the type of aliens which are known to abduct others, but when they are associated with abductions, it's usually for the reason of peace and love. So these are a good type of alien species. So then we have the reptilians. The reptilians are very known for their lizard-like appearance, and they are very well-known shapeshifters and can transform themselves into any form. They have the powers of telepathy and invisibility. Some people associate the reptilians with different folklore, such as the lizard man. They are commonly associated with ancient religious legends of texts. They are usually known to be very cruel and evil beings. They are said to be anywhere from 6 to 8 feet tall. And their most recognizable feature is their snake-like head, skin, and eyes. Their skin is said to range from brown to green, red, and sometimes white. They have webbed hands with only 3 fingers, which have very sharp, long nails. They are usually seen wearing an armor or some sort of cloak. Some of the abductees have claimed to have strange marks on their bodies after an abduction, such as scratches or bruises. They are known to manipulate human emotions. They like to feed on the fear or the trauma of their victims. Some are said to implant screen memories into their victims and create a fake scenario to hide an abduction. It is also said that they can meet people in the dream world, attacking people in the astral plane. Many of the abductions by a reptilian are known to be very negative experiences. Some of the abductions were related to a sexual assault, and many believe that hybridization between humans and reptilians is in progress. There may even be some talk of reptilians in the Bible. There are claims that in Genesis, when Eve breaks her oath to God by eating the forbidden fruit, that the snake that convinced her to do this was a reptilian. So now we're going to get into insectoids or mantis aliens. These creatures are said to have a form of Earth-like bugs and arachnids. One of the biggest claimed insectoids is none other than the Mothman himself. And you guys know, Mothman has a special place in my heart because he is from West Virginia, my home state. And I have visited Point Pleasant multiple times. I did make a video on the Mothman in the past, but I think I ended up deleting it. I'm gonna remake that whole video for you guys, but isn't that pretty cool? I always thought that he was connected to aliens in some way. The abductions usually associated with insectoids or mantis aliens are said to be very ominous. Some have claimed to awaken to see these creatures looming over their beds at night as they awake from a deep sleep. Some believe that these aliens are connected to Native American and African folklore. Most of these creatures are said to resemble that of a praying mantis. So these are a big note for me. I hate bugs. They terrify me. They usually tend to be between 6 to 7 feet tall and have a long, thin torso. Their necks, arms, and hands all have additional joints. Their heads are said to be insect-like, triangular, and have large slanted eyes, which are usually a brown to a black color. Most of them are described as being a dark brown color, but they have also been known to be black and green as well. Their bodies are said to be segmented exoskeleton. I hope I'm saying that right. And some people have claimed that these alien beings have an oily substance on their skin. They are often encountered wearing robes which range from a variety of different colors, but some are also unclothed. They speak telepathically, while some have been described as using the language of clicking-like sounds, and that just makes my skin crawl. I don't like thinking about it. Some believe that these beings have the power to shapeshift, and they can use their technology to create a field around them which makes them appear human. Some abductions that have been reported state that they showed holographic images of the destruction of Earth to show the negative impact that our species could have on the planet. Some have claimed to have an increased psychic ability after their abductions, while other experiencers say that the reptilians have a way of making the abductees feel at ease after an abduction. Some believe that the intentions of a mantis are positive, saying that they seek to protect humanity, while others see them in a darker light. Others believe that the mantis seek to conquer and control the earth, and that hybridization is already taking place, using human DNA to create different species. Some experiencers of this entity describe them as being more humanoid instead of insect-like. These abductions seem to revolve around medical experiments. So there are many different types of alien species out there. Those are like the most known types of alien species. I would talk about more of them, but then this video will be way too long. So if you're interested in like any other type of alien species, then I would definitely suggest going and doing some research on that. So now we're going to talk about different signs that you maybe have been abducted by an alien. One of the first and most common signs that you may have been abducted is sleep paralysis and hallucinations after waking up. Many people who have reported alien abductions have experienced early morning sleep paralysis. When they wake up from this state, they will then experience hallucinations of flashing lights and buzzing sounds. Some experience feelings of floating around the room, while others see figures. So I made a whole video about sleep paralysis in the past, and I will link that in the description below if I don't forget. But sleep paralysis is something that's always kind of intrigued me. I have had a sleep paralysis experience in my past as well. I've only had one, thankfully, because they're very traumatic and scary. Also reminds me of this movie that used to be on Netflix. I don't know if it still is. It's called The Nightmare, and there's a guy that kind of talks about a little like alien encounter that he had during a sleep paralysis episode. So you should definitely check that out if you're interested. It's really, really scary, and in my opinion, a really good movie. Another sign that you may have been abducted by aliens is lost time. Lost hours or days when you cannot remember what happened. Unexplained marks on your body. Some experience cuts on their ankles, wrists, and back, while others experience bruises of which they have no idea how they got there. Humming noises at night. Now, one thing I did want to mention in this video is I don't know if this is a health problem. I don't know if this is something alien related. I don't know, but for the longest time I have been hearing this weird buzzing sound in my left ear. It's only in my left ear, it's not in my right ear. It almost sounds like a bee or something just like buzzed past my head, and I could hear it like it was really close to my ear. But this only happens at random times, you know, it's not like a specific time that I'll hear this random buzzing in my ear. It's really freaky and I don't like it. I don't know if I should go see a doctor or what, maybe, because it could also be something health related, but it just creeps me out. I don't like it. The feeling as if you were being watched, sleepwalking, dreaming of owls, and blood on your pillow, of which you have no idea how it got there. So now we're going to talk a little bit about the men in black. So the men in black are said to be men dressed in all black suits who claim to be government agents. They are said to harass, threaten, or even assassinate UFO experiencers to keep them quiet about what they have just witnessed. Some people believe that they are aliens themselves. They are also said to be men who work for unknown organizations or branches of government where protect secrets and they perform strange activities. They usually tend to make their appearance after someone has experienced or seen a UFO. Also, anyone who does like a massive amount of research on aliens has also been known to experience the men in black. So I don't want to like get into too much detail about this because I don't want them coming after me. There may be some things that they just aren't telling us. Some of this belief stems from Area 51, where you cannot even step foot without being arrested or even killed. And isn't it just kind of strange? I don't know if you guys remember this or not, but like a couple months ago, or I think it was actually, never mind, I think it was like last year or so, everyone was wanting to storm into Area 51, you know, break in there, see what they had. And now all of a sudden all of this weird stuff is happening, and it all kind of happened right after they decided to storm Area 51. But yeah, that was my little video on aliens. I have had quite a few weird experiences with what I believe to be the men in black or aliens. You know, I don't know. I'm not claiming them to be like extraterrestrial involved for sure. I just kind of assume that they are related to that. But I don't know, let me know what you guys think. Do aliens freak you out? Are you afraid of them? I'm definitely scared of aliens for sure. I think the only reason why we are so freaked out by them is because we're not used to them, you know? We're not used to seeing them. And it's just not very well known that there's like another life, another form of life out there. So it's really freaky to think about. But let me know what you guys think of aliens. Do you believe in them? I for sure am a big believer. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a big old thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and become a Morbid Maniac. And I will see you guys in my next video. Before I get into the video, I would just like to say that I am filming on topic of aliens. The whole reason why I wanted to talk about aliens today they are commonly associated. Oh, I just got a notification. Wrists. I'm freaking myself out. I see my reflection in my crystal ball and I was like, what? Like, I thought there was an alien sitting beside me.